Now, Heartland Sports with Todd Richards.
Hello again, everyone. A variety of big-time plays in this week's Heartland Hoops Top 12. Let's start the final countdown.
The top 12 plays of the week, sponsored by St. Francis Healthcare System.
Beat the clock in this week's countdown. Sykeston's Kobe Thomas with the steal ahead to Markel Murray, who scores before the first period buzzer in a dominant win over Kennett at play number 6. Out to Notre Dame for play number 5, where Charleston staged a big comeback and almost won it late. Deshaun Shandon with the basket +1, but the Blue Jays came up short at the end. Chaffee's Dane McMullen does it all on this play, puts on some electric moves for 2, and a win over Oak Ridge at play number 4. Jackson's Jory Toma turns defense into offense against rival Cape Central and finishes with the slam in an Indians victory at play number 3. No dunk at number 2, just an incredible 50-point performance by Puxico's Landon Burchard and a tough-earned win over Bernie. But play number 1 is definitely one for the highlight reel, and it's Sykeston's Markel Murray with the Showtime rim-rattling slam and another dominating performance against Kennett at play number 1. And we'll be back in just 4 more days with another big-time night of Heartland Hoops. Love those plays. These guys are putting on a show. Meanwhile, college basketball honors SEMO guard Luke Almodovar, Ohio Valley Conference co-newcomer of the week. He had 22 points in leading the Redhawks to a win over league-leading UT Martin, followed it up with 13 more, and he had 10 rebounds in a victory over Little Rock. Almodovar is the first SEMO player to claim one of the OVC's weekly honors this season. So the Redhawks men and women, they're back at it Thursday as they hit the road at Western Illinois. The Southeast women play in the first game at 5. They're currently tied for 5th. Western Illinois, by the way, tied for 1st. SEMO will play in the late game as far as the men at 7:30. Redhawks 6-4. Western Illinois has not won a game in the conference yet this season. Meanwhile, men's action Wednesday in the Missouri Valley Conference. SIU plays host to Northern Iowa at 6. And first place Murray State, they're at home against Illinois State at 8. Well, high school sports wiped out today pretty much goes without saying. Probably a lot more postponements, cancellations tomorrow. One so far that's a big one. Jackson at Notre Dame boys basketball has been postponed. A makeup date is expected to be announced soon. The SIU softball program has unveiled the new video board at Charlotte West Stadium. In its release, Southern Illinois Athletics credited Ron Smith for a $250,000 donation. Also in the release, head coach Jen Sewell shared her appreciation, just said how it just gives so much energy to the new stadium, that new scoreboard, or I should say the new scoreboard gives to the stadium. Well, the St. Louis Cardinals announced the 27 non-roster invitees to spring training, highlighting the list, Texas League MVP and Cardinals minor league player J.J. Weatherholt. Man, what a pick he was. And Texas League Pitcher of the Year, Ixon Henderson. Now, Cardinals pitchers and catchers hold their first practice on Thursday, February 12th, and the first full squad workout Monday, February 16th. I also hope to share some of my one-on-one interview with Mark Sweeney, who was recently at the Cardinal Caravan, in the next day or two.